I'm trying to do it horizontal, but it's not showing up on my end. It's horizontal. It's showing up as hold on one second.
It's good right there.
I'm trying to do it horizontal, but it's not showing up on my end. It's horizontal. So that's okay right there. Or with you? Because when I put it horizontal,
It's good right there.
that's good. Okay.
All right, we're live on YouTube.
Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna mute. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Everybody's muted except for Maui. Hey, Maui. All right.
Uh,
All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Cuts, the workshop, session 3. My name is Enchanta Jackson, and we have a great workshop for you today. For those of you who is your first time joining the workshop, this is a free monthly online experience designed to help you navigate and maximize the cut like a pro. We have two expert barbers joining us today, Scoob the barber and Cuts by Mr. Don. Both Scoob and Don have mastered the app, and they will showcase new features and offer some hands-on training to support you as you use the cut to better your business. If you can, please drop in the chat where you are from and what your Instagram handle is. So my name is Enchanta, and I am coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to drop that in the chat, but wherever you are tuning in from, please drop it in the chat. And with that, I will pass it off to Meg, our product marketing manager.
Hey, thank you so much and appreciate it. We'll go ahead and kick it right off and go right into it. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. All right. So just want to quick hands up. Can you guys see my screen? Fingers. Awesome. All right. So as you guys know, we're here at the Cut, and our main goal is to empower barbers with the tools you need to manage and grow your business effortlessly. And what we'll do right now is quickly highlight some of the new features that we have upcoming, specifically for shop owners, and let you guys know exactly what it looks like behind the scenes that we're cooking up and get you ahead of the game. As I said, we're going to be introducing our new shop module. It's going to be rolling out early summer. We're already in beta today. So if you guys are on the cut and you as an entire team are excited to kind of join the shop, definitely hop on. We're in our beta program rolling it out. And we'll go through quickly some of the features that we have in our shop module that you and your team could take advantage of. First, you're able to essentially create a shop owner profile mapped to the same account that you already existingly have on the cut, which means essentially 3 profiles, potentially one as a barber, one as a client, and one as an owner, all linked to the same email and password. Next, as a shop owner, you're able to have prioritized discovery, meaning during our discover experience, when barbers or when clients search for you or search for barbers in your area, what you'll have is on the top right screen there, you'll see all of the shops that are in that area prioritized above the barbers that are in that location. So as new barbershops are shown at the top of our experience, clients are able to see you guys first. Also, as a shop owner, if you own multiple locations, this makes multi-shop mastery effortless. You're able to spin up and support multiple shops all from the same platform and making growth a seamless experience for you. Of course, as a shop owner, what would it look like if you didn't have access or awareness into your appointments for the day? So you're able to not only see the appointments for yourself, but all of the barbers in your shop, all on an easy to experience screen. You're able to see them all at once, or you could drill down one by one into the appointments for each day. Also, just a quick note, as an owner, you're able to assign walk-ins or appointments to specific barbers, but there's still the autonomy and difference between the barber and the owner, aka the barber isn't, or the owner, or the barber manages their time. They're able to create appointments for themselves as well. But the shop owner himself don't see how much money you make per each appointment. Also, you're able to essentially have a full suite toolkit to manage your the barbers on your team. You're able to invite staff, like I said, assign walk-ins, review their profiles, read ratings and reviews, essentially to keep yourself in control of your shop's reputation. And then what would a shop owner module be if you're not able to keep track and request rent from everyone? So you're able to easily track booth rent from each barber and send reminder notifications to ensure on-time payments and accurate accounting. And you'll see here as well, you can customize the booth rent per barber. So it could be about, 200 monthly or $200, the amount, the cadence, and then the actual due date um, for the rent itself. And like I said, we are in our beta program for Shop, so definitely, we're excited to hop on. If you are excited to join Shop, all you need to go is www.thecut.co/shop, and you're able to join our beta program today. Pretty soon, we're actually rolling out a self-service capability. So this entire process, we're actually going to downspin, and you're going to be able to actually sign up for an owner profile directly on the application, but or directly on the app. But for the time being, go onto our website, go to click the join beta program. It'll take you to a quick little type form, fill that out, and then you'll be able to get onboarded quickly onto our beta program. And just to make sure everybody knows, shop access today is absolutely free, and we're opening it up widely. So we're excited for folks to hop on and join. We'll definitely send out the link. But now is the time. Prices will be increasing come summer 2025. And as a thank you, as always, for joining this workshop, we want to provide everyone with 1 month free of Pro. You could claim this 1 month free in-app using the discount code WORKSHOP. And all you need to go is go into your settings, click on redeem code, type in WORKSHOP, and you're able to pop that. All right. Without any further ado, I'd like to introduce the men of the hour. First up, we got my man Kuts by Mr. Don. 20 years in the game, 5 years on the cut. He's been serving the metro area of Richmond, Virginia since 2019, currently located in Chesterfield, Virginia. Don enjoys giving back to the community by providing free hair cutting services for the economically challenged through back to school events, church events, and housing. And in the other corner, we got my man Scoob, the barber, with 30 years experience, 7 years on the cut, master barber instructor, master cosmetology instructor. And Scoob got started back in back in the barbering business in 1994 in Dallas, Texas. He's been in the business for over 30 years and is the owner and operator of Genesis Barbershop in Idabel, Oklahoma. Thank you guys so much and welcome.
What's going on, everybody?
All right. How y'all doing?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hear you loud
Yes,
and
sir.
clear.
Yes, sir.
Salute to everybody that's tuning in. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, Scoob, you can go ahead and do your thing first, you know?
Okay, so
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, you want to do a quick intro after this? Absolutely fine.
Well, I was just gonna thank everybody for tuning in and taking the time to learn the app better and help yourself and help yourself learn the app better and make more money and help it work for you. When you get it down, it literally works for you. It keeps your work down to a minimum, lets you focus on the clients and your customer needs, and while it works for you to book your appointments.
Definitely. And I'm just so grateful to be here for third time, and moving forward, hopefully we can continue doing the classes, the workshops, and salute to everybody that tapped in. Tell your friend to tell a friend. The Cut is the app that all barbers need to utilize, and it helps growth. It helps them grow within their neighborhood and technically domestically. You understand? So you can be in any of the 50 states and the Cut will hold you down. So
Absolutely.
you're taking a big step by tuning into this workshop right here.
Invest in yourself.
Yes, exactly.
Well, gentlemen, I think today I want to kind of kick us off a little bit differently, if that's okay.
All
Typically, we
right.
kick it off. We have questions around the horn from folks, and we kind of get into some of the
Good
thinking.
question.
One of the segments that we teased about trying, but we never really got into, is profile reviews, right? And what I want to do now, if that's okay, I love an opportunity to just review your profiles
All right.
on the app. And then if we could go through essentially learning about kind of best practices, what you do, why do you do it, kind of how you go into the process of like creating, what kind of photos you take, how do you define your services, et cetera, et cetera. I think that'd be really cool. And then folks on the chat, if you guys have any questions around exactly,
Yeah, I see them popping up, man. They got some good
yeah,
ones.
Yeah.
okay, cool. So if that's cool, I'm happy to kind of share my screen and we can start with reviewing one of your profiles if that's all right.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, excellent. Let's go with that. I'm gonna share the screen. Okay, this is the first time I'm sharing iPhone mirror. Can you guys see this clearly?
I can. A little blurry, but it's kind of in and out. Got it. It's clear now. Yep.
Okay, awesome. Give me 2 seconds. Let me see if I can see your screen again. I think I'm missing you guys, but oh, here it is. Okay, great. Okay, so we'll start off with Scoob the Barber first, and then Scoob. We'll kind of go through your profile.
Okay. So, what you have here at the top is about me. Um, I, I'm real meticulous about details. I think details matter. You never know who's on your page looking for you. They might be customers. There might be people looking for a sponsorship. It could be anybody looking for anything. So I'm real meticulous about um, what's on my page. So what you see right here is my about. I took the time to fill that out. I put my hours in because they changed here in the last 3 years or so. I put my hours in, my location. Um, I'm constantly updating my portfolio, right? So if you follow my Instagram or you're on my Instagram, what you see on there is generally what you're going to see on here. So I like to keep it up to date. Once the haircut might go out of style or I do a better version of that haircut, then I'll update. I'm constantly updating it and moving it around. Right, what you see right here is the my first day. I unboxed my ambassador jacket. You see my profiles of different haircuts I've done. I like to market myself as a diverse barber, right? That's my custom jacket right there. Go back real quick, man. I like that. Yeah.
See that, see
I
that
had that,
sticker?
man. You see the cut logo right there on my patch right
Yes,
there?
sir. Yes, sir.
Already. Already. Okay, so if you go through, you could see you can kind of tells you a little bit about my shop just by looking at the photos. I'm very diverse in my clientele. They're the oldies. Um, there's my yeah, right there. That was Nashville. Um, if you scroll down, you see very different clientels on there, different type hairstyles. I try to keep it versatile because you never know who's looking for a particular haircut and what kind of haircut they want. Different product companies that I work for, I still use their products. So I still kind of push their products. There's some old school digital tags that they gave us back in the day. I don't know if you remember those. That was my first. I can't see the date on there, but that was like my first milestone when I got like 40 clients on there, I believe, 400 clients on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was old. That was back in the day. And I think the Cut posted that or something for me too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like a
Um,
repost.
yeah. So
That's awesome.
if you look down there, you kind of get an idea of what kind of barber I am, right? I
This
go to
is
shows. Okay, so that's S
this
Curl
is
Beard
interesting.
Bombs.
Yeah, okay. So are you selling
Yeah.
products
Okay,
on that?
so I used to I used to be sponsored by them. So yeah, I was part of their beard line for a small moment, maybe about a year or so. But I still believe in the product, so I still use it. Right. Right now, I sell this in my shop and also sell Statement. Um, that's by Sophie Poe. I don't know if you guys are familiar with her, but I sell her product too. Man, I forgot I put that tag. That tag was on there. That was my first regional tag right there. If
Sure.
you click, yeah, right there. That was my first region to kind of let people know who were the original ambassadors, original OG ambassadors right there. That was freshman
Oh,
class one right there.
wow. Awesome.
Already.
Awesome. So this is like legacy, it looks like too.
Yeah, and those are a couple barbers I got to know in the business. If you've been in the game, you kind of know who they are. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's uh, Pacino, David Diggs. All these are barbers that have endorsements or have their own product line. This hats and stuff that I sell. I want you to get an idea when you click on me on who you're dealing with, right? What kind of
Mm.
barber? Yeah, those are my caps. I sell those and hoodies and stuff like that. That's a photo shoot we did. There's a video I did kind of like that for S Curl. Um, uh,
When you go into deciding the photos to post up, like it looks like you went through a couple of different styles and iterations, you know what I mean? Over the years, it looks
yeah.
like it's
Mhm.
evolved. So when you go into like you've like developing your show or showcasing your portfolio today,
Mhm.
what principles do you go for? What's the thought process there?
Okay, so my process is I kind of want you never know who's looking at your profile, and they're making up in their mind what kind of barber you are based off your profile, right? So you always want to have positive stuff on there. You always want to have stuff on there that says about a little bit about the service you do, what you provide, and different things like that. So in those pictures, just scrolling up and down, you can kind of formulate that I'm a pretty serious barber, right?
Yes,
I
sir.
take it seriously, right? You don't see nothing on there that's not industry related, right? So I think that's important. So I kind of
Yeah.
start there. I think haircuts are important. I think different haircuts are important. I think showing my versatility is important. I think showing my growth. That's a really old. That probably 10 years old. That guy right there is grown now. So,
That's what that's
but
what
it's showing growth in my haircuts. It's showing different trends. You just kind of get an idea of what kind of barber I am. Baseball teams that I've sponsored and stuff, local
Mm,
baseball teams and stuff I've sponsored that my
mm.
shop is sponsored. One of my barbers is that works here with me. He's a coach for a little league team. So I mean, we're tapped into the community.
Sir, how many reviews do you have? This is a lot.
Yeah, I got quite a few.
Awesome. Okay,
It-
so
it-
what's up? What's the tips? How do you get
oh, so
185-star reviews?
So what I do is I tell them, hey man, just like make sure you like, share this app with other people, make because it's important to me. It just takes a minute. And also when the client completes when you put complete on your complete of your service, then the client gets a notification asking you about your review on how was your service. I try
Yep.
to emphasize to my clients, hey man, say something about it. It's important, right? I need that. Get that feedback. I think that's important. So I kind of nudge them when they're getting out of the chair, and kind of tell them, time after time when they come in here, how that's important. That people look at those reviews and they that may make or break me. So
I see.
just kind of informing them, communication, informing them where I'm at and what I'm trying to do.
I think we saw somebody's hand raised really quickly. DeMarcus, if it was you, hold your questions for just until after Don reviews or he goes through his profile. And then we'll open up the floor for both questions and open up the floor to review your profile as well. So let's get
All
through a little
right.
bit. We'll go into there. But I love it. And make sure you write down the questions in the chat. Don't forget we got to get back into them.
Okay.
Scoob, last thing with regards to services, how do you go ahead and set up your services? What's the thought process here? I see we got emojis in here. We got
Yeah.
like different
Yeah.
prices. Talk to us there.
Yeah. So my prices are based off of the economy here. So those are just my prices. If you're in New York or you're in one of the major cities or in a city that can support your price range, and you do that. But where I'm at, this is what my economy can afford, what my situation can afford. So I price out pretty much here. And one thing is I don't break all my haircuts into different parts. Like a beard is not $10, and a lineup is not this and not that. My adult haircut is that price for that haircut is gets all of that in it, like a razor line, enhancements. So if you want that, you can get it or opt out of it, but the price stays the same.
Gotcha.
College haircuts, I try to, I get fake $5 off of that. Edge ups, I'm right now, I'm kind of 50-50 on removing that, on removing the edge up, removing that service, because it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of takes up a lot of time and it's just $10. But some people just really need an edge up. They just need a touch up in between haircuts. So it's like I'm back and forth about that. I give senior citizens discounts on there too as well. Hot towels and beards. I provide that service. I think that I probably could go up on that, but I do I do maybe 4 or 5 a week, not a whole lot, so it doesn't really hurt me. Um, Female haircuts, I separated that from different haircuts because that may require shear work or it just might be a regular haircut. So I try to keep them separate.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that we touched on female haircuts as well.
Mhm.
Don, I'm gonna tap in for you. I'll let
All
you get
right.
that. But I
Oh,
want to actually ask you guys, what's the difference in terms of your clientele? How many women do you service versus how many men? What's that look like?
well, I service more men than women in my area. But it's more of a lot of women, that I have. Some of them they just get the nape done. They just get the back taper. Um, and then I have a few that get their haircuts. It's more mainly I say age bracket. It's the older women because they're going through life-changing things like menopause, so they cut their hair down and they want to,
Facts.
they want
Facts.
to just be up and going. They want to throw water in their hair and keep it moving. And
Mhm.
so those the type that I have that actually cut their hair and they want designs. And I also dye their hair.
Mm,
So they, I get most of them, but the guys here, so I transitioned from New York to Richmond. It's totally different in New York. You know, in New York, it's a way of life to get a haircut. This is their lifestyle. In Richmond and the surrounding area, they only get their hair done when they have something to do.
Yeah.
So I try to, get them to do it on a regular basis so that way you won't have to pay so much when you come each time. So if you come like every 3 weeks, it's like the hairstyle is practically gone. Because a lot of the people that down here, they don't maintain their hair. They only focus on it when they're coming to get their hair cut. So I say, word the most important part of your haircut is the post cut. Is how you take care of it to get back to me so that way I can just mold it the way it was prior to you coming back. So, that's my take on it.
I love that. Well, with that
Yeah.
said, then, Don, you want to walk us through your profile? Yours is a little
Yeah.
bit different from already from
Yeah.
Scoop. Talk to us
Yeah,
about your
so
strategy.
so I leave stuff out for conversation. I like to think that I'm also your therapist because people come in and they come in with issues and stuff like that. So I didn't put everything in there because I feel like less is more. And and any questions they have, we could talk about it. So you'll see a brief description profile of what I do and where I'm at and what I love to do. And then you'll see my hours, and then the first picture, I always tell people, make sure you do
Ah,
this. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, people who smoke and stuff like that have the
oh
most to
man.
say. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
Right.
big on hygiene. Yeah, like
Yes,
won't you?
sir.
So what I'm been I saw something online and I was like, that might be rude if I have Listerine on the side, like, hey, don't want you do this before you sit down. But a lot of people that smoke, their breath it just be crazy, and I just be like, listen,
Mhm.
just chill a little bit, talk less, and let me do more work. And here you go, you can go back to that other picture. So this picture here is that's my brother Vital. He's if you look at my is his everything is beast mode, great calisthenics. So I created a cut for him where I dyed his hair. This is a shampoo dye that I got off of TikTok that works on the beard and the hair to turning it black. It's phenomenal. So, I give him that whenever he comes in, and then I got he gets it's his cut, and then you can go ahead to the next picture. This person, her name is E Money. She goes through different styles. She'll grow her hair and then she'll cut it down. And she's always that one person that I will put against any other guy who have waves, because her waves be crazy. And when she with the taper, like especially when she want to get a ball fade, sometimes she be like, yo, who else think they can get their waves right with the ball fade? So she's a phenomenal one of my VIPs, And
Okay.
yeah, and this guy, he works at Costco's. That's my guy. He just do his thing. But if you see the different styles of haircuts, I try not to use enhancement unless the person has an event. Like this you can't I don't use enhancement to be displayed like where you can see it. I rather, if it is more skin than hair, I always advise them not to use enhancement on that area because it'll be shiny. And here we are with this picture, because I tell clients, if your child hair is looking like this, then you're gonna get charged more money and you have to give
Man,
shampoo,
good
you know.
Why?
idea. Good
Why?
idea,
Yeah,
bro.
Why?
yeah.
Break it down. Why?
Because first of all, when you picking through somebody hair, that's flying in the air.
Hmm.
I don't want to inhale that. And secondly, you should the cut comes out better when the hair is clean. And
Hmm.
I and a lot of times the kids that come in with their hair like that, they have a mother. It's the mother that bringing them in, and she's single. So I asked them,
Facts.
when you get your hair done, don't you shampoo it and all that? She said yes. So why you don't shampoo your child hair? You got to get them accustomed to doing things like that. So I charge them more, and I said
Hmm.
it's either you fix it. I'll send out a notice through the client blast. Make sure your hair is clean before you get your hair cut to avoid the shampoo fee.
Mm.
But unfortunately, some people don't listen, so they wind up getting that fee.
Hmm.
And I do the designs and stuff like that to add to the cuts. That's with a lot of women, but more importantly, you got to have your hair clean to get a great cut. And like I said right there, I dyed hair. That's my collage of haircuts throughout the year, and I try to do my best every time, give them impeccable service because that's what I stand by. And I always remind clients that tips are greatly appreciated. So, it's great. And also they can,
Uh,
when you're going to complete the cut, you can actually add a tip to the cut. So I always urge them, like, if you feel like you want to add a tip, you can do it then, or you can do it when they give you they tell you how much the tip that you should give. So I
Now,
do different
how,
hairstyles. You
how
can see me
often
with
sorry for
uh
interrupting, just quickly on tipping. How often is tipping culture not expected? Do you get a lot of clients who don't tip? What does that look like?
Um, I get clients for the most part they tip, but some
Mhm.
of them don't tip, but they come frequent. Those clients that don't tip, they come like on a regular every 2 weeks. So I don't
Mhm.
sweat it. They I schedule them every other week. And
Okay.
they definitely come in. You can see Mario down there. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, Mario. Think I might have dyed his hair. And you can see me with two of the WNBA players, Sykes and they go English, Clayton English from 85 South. He
Yes,
came
sir.
to town. I grabbed him right after he did his show and I said, "Hey, you gotta be here tomorrow. So you need to let me cut your hair." And that's my Mount Everest, the cut of my mountain of cuts, greatest
Yeah.
cuts right there for it's impeccable service. So I do a
And look,
lot of my own promo and designs and stuff like that.
and looking at just looking at your pictures and the way that yours, oh, so let's apologize from all Muslim brothers and sisters. Y'all know what that was.
Hmm.
With regards to your profile, I'm looking at it. There's a lot of differences between yours and Scoob's. You know, so
Yeah,
you got a lot of words, a lot of memes, a lot of like funny kind of engagement. You
yeah.
collages, and it's very dynamic. It's interesting. There's views. There's different shots. Kind of, what's your strategy when it comes down to creating photos, creating your showcase? What does that look like for you?
Well, I try to make sure that the lighting is great, first and foremost. And I try to get people to smile. I'm like, come on, smile. Don't look like you got the whole world shot. And then I do a Kanye. I saw Kanye like that. So I said, let me put mine. And so people calling me, man, you know Kanye? I said, man, I don't know that dude. You know what I'm saying? But that's good publicity and marketing. So I'll post it and people will say, "Yo, you know him." I'm like, "Yo, I could tell you all about the story when you sit in my chair. Holla at me.
Well,
Here's the link, And then no show, no call, no show. I'd let them know that it's a hundred
Mm.
percent,
Yes,
it's a hundred
sir.
percent no call and 100% no show. I mean,
Yes,
well,
sir.
yeah, cancellation.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So people like I told a story before, but I'm gonna tell it, as new people. So at one point my percentage in the cancellation was 60% and then the no-show was 50, no, other way around. It was 60% for no-show and 50% for cancellation. So this one person that called me, he said, "Oh, I see you got 3 o'clock." He was a new client and he had 6 o'clock. So I said, "All right, you can come in. Don't worry about changing anything later. I'll do it myself." And then you know, he loved the cut or whatever the case may be. And then 2 minutes later, after he left, he canceled it, thinking that he would get all his money. So he was
Mm.
playing games. So he got
Mm.
50%. So I called him and I said, "Hey, you told me you love it and things of that nature." He wasn't picking up. He didn't pick up. I text him. So I wound up blocking him on the app and say, "You know what? You playing games." So now I'm gonna bring it up to 100%. This assures that I get my full price for the haircut. If not, I won't get the tip because that won't show up. But as far as the actual price for the cut, I will get that, rather it's canceled or no show. But I always urge people to try to do a reschedule if you want to instead of canceling, because I don't want to take your money unless you want to give it to me. But so I always and the reviews, I always try to get them to leave a review. That comes sometimes be the hardest thing because sometimes I'll be in them like, can you do it right now? Because I know once you get out of here, you're gonna forget, and then I gotta
Mhm.
be acting like I'm begging you for you to do it, and I don't want to beg you. Just
what's
look out right now. Hmm.
what's that fine line, right? How do you not act like you're begging? How does it not how does it how do you manage tiptoeing that line?
Well, I always feel like if a person gonna do it, you wouldn't have to really ask them, to be honest. But I ask them before they come, before they leave out, and they be like, "Oh, I got you." Then I give them that time, and then if they don't between the time of leaving and coming back, I ask them again. And a lot of times they're more prone to just leave this 5 stars than actually saying something. Me prefer, I was like, just say something. Tell me how you feel. Let me know what I'm doing. And I always ask for constructive criticism before they leave out, just in case it's something I need to work on, or what can I do to improve your service,
Mhm.
so things like that I'll ask them, but a lot of times they just say, yeah, you good, man, I appreciate it, and so we on that time. And now looking at the services, I have a lot of services, and all
Yeah.
the
Talk,
services include
talk
home visits, hospital visits, and
hospital. What?
it's a lot. So you see the prices.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
duh.
see the prices. Because if I'm gonna go in the hospital with all the things that's going on in the hospital, it's gonna be what it's gonna be as far
They're
as the price.
they're
And
not
I
joking about hospital
no,
visits.
and listen, I don't want to take nothing home I ain't leave with. I got my
That's
wife and my grandson to come home to. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to do that or or give anything to a customer. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pass nothing on. So I always, do that. Now, a lot of my services, I break them down because some people don't want everything.
mm,
I know. See the difference between I love Scoob's price list. It works for him in that area, but a lot
yeah.
of people don't want everything what I have. Like I try to give them the option to get the whole, but if case you didn't want it, here's what you can have. But if this is a situation where your hair's dirty, yeah, you're gonna get this work with the shampoo. You're gonna
Yeah.
have to get your beard done. I look at everything, other things as add-ons. So you can get the haircut, but if you didn't pick that and then you get here at the shop and then you say, oh, I want to get my beard done too, that's an add-on. So we're gonna add that on. Then I have premium days like Sundays and Mondays. I'm closed, but you can open those days up through premium hours, and that's cost more. I just feel like a lot in my area. There's not a lot of shops open. There's not a lot of shops open on Sundays and Mondays. So I feel like for you, it's a privilege to open that up and get that service done. And along with that, you get more. I give you the shampoo, I give you the facial massage, I give you other things added to that for those prices. Also, I have after hour prices. So if some people can't make it to my during my business hours, so if I close at 7 p.m. So effectively at 7:01, that price goes up if you need to get any service after that, and I'm willing to be here for you. But just like any other job, when you stay late and you're doing overtime, you're getting paid. So I need to get my overtime money and
Mm,
and things of that nature. So I always provide that for you because there's clients I have that work at what is it? It's the big companies, Philip Morris and DuPont here. Their hours is crazy. They
mm,
so they come in, so they have to pay that price. And I
mm,
say, and I would see them probably once every 3 weeks. It's every
okay,
3 weeks because
mm,
they're working so much, so they have to be at work, and they just can only come during that time of night. So I
mm.
think I have it go all the way up to like 11 a.m., 11 p.m. And we just move for them. It's about providing an effective, impeccable service from my end, and I definitely want to service as many people as I can. And the cut has helped me with that. It's helped me with
Let
being
me
notarized and things like that.
Let me ask you a question. So Rico, so gentlemen, and everyone on the chat, I'm gonna hit stuff like Kai Sanat on the
Yeah.
street. Hey chat. So as you guys tell, we just reviewed two different profiles, Scoob and Don's, and it's very different, right? They're not the same. They've different styles, different strategies. And Rico in the chat, he says it seems to be service overload. Do you have some potential clients who log off due to all these services, or do you have some booking the incorrect service and change once they're in your chair?
No, I get one client. He said he just loves all the options. So for me, it's not a booking overload for me because sometimes people they don't know what they want a lot of times until they see till they see the service list. So everybody is different. To me, I feel like you should give your client as many options as you can, so that way they're not stuck with just this right here. So if you only got 5 services, that's it. You know what I'm saying? They might want something else that they don't see. And a lot of times some people don't know what they want. You like some women, right? And I don't want to see like I'm female bashing or anything, but they feel like a Lana of they say a roundup with a roundup, you should get a taper with that. That's a full cut. You know, I had a client, she sent her son in and he got a shape up. And then she went back and said, "Oh, why he didn't do your taper? He had dreads." I said, "Well, you said only a shape up, a round up, shape up, line up. Those are all the three things that are the same." So I said, "Well, tell your mom that's a full cut, and this is how much extra that she had to pay." And so he said he told her that, but she didn't want to. She wasn't listening to him. She said, so I went to her and I explained it to her. I said, "It's a cut. When you use the clippers itself, the adjustables and all that, that is no longer a roundup. That is a haircut.
Yeah, you
Trimmer,
fade, you fade. It's fade is a
yeah,
cut.
yes. So if you're using a trimmer, that's a roundup. So that's the difference. So now she understands, and
Client
she
education. Client
yeah.
education.
Definitely. Always. We always teaching. I do
Mhm.
one-to-ones with people who want to be barbers and cosmetologists who want to get into the barber field as
Mhm.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is it's already we're almost on time already. I went through quickly try to highlight some of the barbers that have put in their profile link in the chat.
Hmm.
That we just went through. Who was the first one we saw? By Cisse. Hopefully, please let me know if I'm mispronouncing your name. Your profile looked pretty solid. I'm trying to find if there's somebody that we could really provide some critique on. But let's start off with By really quickly. See if you guys have any. We'll start off with Damo now that I'm here, just in an interest of time. If there's any advice you could give to Damo's profile, what would that look like?
Um,
Any
I
critique? If
w
not, I don't know if there is. If there's negative to share.
Uh,
try to get less negative reviews. I see you got a few of them that kind of kills your rating, your overall rating. You
And
know,
what's the worst thing about
mhm.
reviews on our platform?
what's that you said?
The worst thing about reviews on our platform.
Yeah, people would just do it because they're hating.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody because he
Yeah.
got a few. My best advice to this person is if you
Mhm.
feel like that review wasn't good, how
Wasn't
should I say,
fair.
wasn't fair, you should reach out to the cut support team and see what they can do to help you with that, because not everybody is fair and they'd be negative or hating, because it happened to me one
Mhm.
time and
Yeah.
I didn't know to reach out to the cut because I'm stringent on being a 5-star barber, but I could never
Well,
be that because I got the hate before, and the person I didn't know I can reach out to the cut and then they help on your behalf to get it fixed.
Yes, sir.
or like if they're gonna put like 1 star, then they gotta explain. They just
Yeah,
can't go in there and hit you with 1 star and move on. Like, I mean, you give a man 1 star, you gotta explain that, bro. You gotta tell me what
yeah,
what the deal is. How could I improve or be better if you just put a 1 star review on there and moved on, bro? That's not telling me
yeah,
nothing. That just
yeah,
seems like a hate move to me.
yeah. That definitely be that sometimes, and
But if they
you
if
know,
they put 1 or 2 stars there and they say, hey, he wasn't on time, I didn't get in the chair to 30 minutes later, that's a fair critique.
yeah,
Or I got there and the prices wasn't what was listed on there. That's a fair critique. I mean critique. So I mean,
hmm,
but just 1 star and I'm gone. Nah, bro.
yeah. That's what happened to me, and I
Yeah.
but this
Dude
person,
looked like he took some time, man. Looked like he
yeah,
took some time, got a good camera,
yeah,
um, built out his portfolio. You'd be surprised how many guys that come to me and ask me or whatever, and they like, man, I'm not booking anything on. The first thing I want to look at is I want to look at their profile.
hmm,
When they come up to me or we're at shows or something, or I'm in Dallas or something and somebody wants to be the has questions, I said, let me look at your profile. I look to see if it's built out completely, if they went through all the steps to completed everything, even the referral program, even
loyalty
the
program,
loyalty program. Yeah.
yeah,
I look at that. And then the number one thing is their profile, man. I mean, if your profile sucks, man, bro.
Yeah, he got good pictures right
Why
here.
why would I choose you if I'm scrolling through here and I search barbers and I go through everybody's profile and your cuts on there are lackluster or they're bad, like Don said, he emphasized good lighting and they're not really good lighting. You
Hmm.
know, why would I choose you versus this other guy who took the time to fill his profile up and to take really good photos like my man right here did. He did a good
Yeah, he's a
job,
great
man.
picture. Yeah, he's a great
Let me ask you guys
photo.
a question. I'm
Yes,
noticing
sir.
a lot of photos. I think some of them on your profiles, some on Rashid's profile right here too. The logo in the photo, right?
Yeah,
What,
yeah.
what's the
Marketing.
thought process behind that?
Yeah, you always want them to listen, I'm big on marketing. So I have my logo, I post on the picture. I even have my logo as a car freshener
Oh
as
yeah.
well. And I
Oh
got
yeah.
stickers with my logo that I posted. I give it to the kids. I say y'all like posting putting stickers on your school laptops. Here, put my stickers. I also cut these autistic twins and they have my logo on their laptop where they have my name. It says Mr. Don, Mr. Don. They press it to speak to me, Mr. Don. So and they so marketing is very important. You want
Yeah.
them to learn your name.
Mhm.
Sometimes I ain't gonna front. Sometimes
There
I
you go.
put my sticker on the gas when I go to the gas station. I put it right on the gas tank thing. You know what I'm saying? The meter. So I do
So
that too.
like the logos kind of got started with me was on Instagram because you want to know who did that cut and somebody might screenshot your cut and repost it and cut
Yeah.
you out of it. It got started like that, but like I built a brand down here with my logo and stuff to where like I sell hoodies, like I showed them, I sell caps and they move pretty quickly. So I kind of branded my logo or whatever, and it's a part of my shop and everybody, everything in here is branded with the cut on it or my shop logo. And that's how I kind of did it because I sell hoodies and beanies and baseball caps too as well. So that's kind of how my logo is. So I wanted them to familiarize like what my logo meant versus who I am. Is my barber's is Genesis Barbershop. I'm the first barbershop in this area to do the things that I'm doing. And the and I wanted the people to know that what that brand stand for. We're original. We're the genesis of all of this that you enjoy now.
Definitely.
Let me
And then
let
and
me
then
ask you
my
guys. Oh my
uh-huh.
God, go ahead.
I was gonna say in my suite, I sell natural hair care and skincare products made by my nieces and my daughter and things like that. I always promote good skincare and hair care so that way it makes my job easier when I'm helping you, servicing you with your haircuts.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I know we're already coming up on time. We got 5 minutes left, and I want to really
Oh,
Okay.
max
okay.
this. Chat, if you can really quickly put in a fire emoji or put in a barbershop emoji. If you guys like this session of rating reviews or reviewing profiles and providing feedback on profiles.
Salute.
All right,
Yeah.
Clarence.
Let
Salute,
us know.
All
salute.
right,
Is
take
this something
three.
that we should keep doing? Okay.
Yes,
That's
Okay.
sir.
what's up.
Appreciate
That's what's
that.
up.
Appreciate that. That's good.
One of the things
Yeah.
that I want to see really quickly then is somebody asked earlier how to set up premium hours. And I think we could do that really quickly. I want to showcase how that looks. So
Cool.
if you want to do that, you go to your and maybe you guys could walk us through it as well. Oh, I gotta
Hmm.
switch up. Give me 1 second. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta
Hmm.
open back up.
It's pretty easy to do. If I'm
Beans.
not mistaken,
Appreciate that, Beans.
yeah, it's you go to the premium and then it'll let you you
Rico.
can
Thank
set
you,
up your
sir.
hours and days on it and you put whatever service you provided. Because I have matinee cuts now from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tuesdays to Thursdays. I do matinee cuts. So, and that's $20, real cheap. And that don't include facial trimming or shampooing. It's just the
Oscar. Appreciate
full
that. Thank you.
haircut. So the premium feature is a great feature to use.
So the way to do that, essentially you would go into your services. If you go into, I don't want to annotate. So I'm trying to do this on my computer.
Mhm.
Can't really. It's crazy. There's a button that's blocking my button. I can't even.
Well, if you go to the premium, you can it's real easy.
Yeah.
There you go,
So,
right there.
yeah, so you go into your services on your profile, and actually, Cuts. Don, you want to walk us through it?
Yeah, you go to it, you put, oh, I gotta put my glasses on. I gotta see this because it's kind of, so you go in and put the title of it, then the price and your duration, how long it takes you to complete the service,
Hmm.
and then what's that bottom one? Oh, description, and let them, and you talk about what you're doing, what they're getting, so that everything, so that you're transparent about the service that you're providing, and then your hours. It would be the days of the week, and then they have promotional offers. If you can use the promotional offer for a limited time. This is how much this service is going to be, how much you're going to be taking off the haircut or the service to provide to these people. You got to start and end date.
So what this
And
means is like if you're doing like, Valentine's or promotional
yeah,
or the school services, you
yeah,
can
Hmm.
seasonal, you can set up premium offers. And what this does
mhm.
is you can do your own hours and set up a discount so that it shows up as a discounted rate. And then people could book you outside of those services outside of your typical normal hours at a discounted rate for that season, whatever you're selling,
Yeah, because I did the biggest promotion of the year already. For this 2025.
which
I
was,
did as was my $5 haircuts for New Year's Eve.
ooh.
Oh
Five
my,
dollars. $5.
you're a superstar.
I'd
You're a
gladly
Yeah.
do practice
superstar,
with that.
dog.
Five
That's
You're a
five dollars.
superstar,
nice.
bro.
Full cut.
That's nice.
And the people, a lot of times that's why you have to engage with your clients because a lot of times they don't see the notification. So like I borrowed from my guy Scoob. Just post in threes because eventually they're gonna look at it. So I kept doing that, and I was so booked that some people was upset
Yeah, I'm talking
because they
about.
were yeah, because they was like, "Yo, you ain't got no more for." I said I charge a squeeze in price as well.
Ooh.
If you want to come in, if I cause all my cuts, I always have about 20 minutes in between before the next client. So
Mm,
it don't take me long. I cut quick and I cut precisely.
mm.
So the people was like, "Oh man," I said, "Yeah,
Good
but you
job,
ain't gonna
man.
get it for the 5."
See you tomorrow.
You know what I'm saying? You're
All
not
right.
gonna get it for the 5, but I got you. You know what I'm saying? Everything is through the app. If you don't book through the app, then you get your prices. If you do my walk-ins, I charge them slight bit more because you're
Yeah.
not willing to download the app or take it or just wait for me to finish the next client. You want now? Okay, then you get now price. You
Yeah,
know.
we throw the walk-ins. I got one of my students in here that's about to complete. I got him in here. We throw the walk-ins to him, and he can handle
No.
them. Yep, yep.
So,
Exactly, Troy. Exactly, Troy. Make them pay for the convenience.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
does it looks like there's a lot of folks who want to stay on. We're already at time, so we could talk.
Oh,
Uh,
We'll be
okay.
mindful of
Yeah.
everyone's time. Does
Yeah.
anybody want to keep going? Okay, in the future, it looks like Troy said we need 2 hours in here. That's absolutely
I'm with you, Troy. I'm with
more
Yeah.
you,
time. I
man.
got more questions that I could like. We
Yeah.
could keep geeking. Do you guys have an extra 5 more minutes? We can kind of keep going
Yeah.
for a little.
Yeah.
I do.
Definitely.
I just
Yeah.
want to emphasize these three things to everybody that's listening. Take the app seriously. Like I can't tell y'all how if you build this app out correctly, like me and Don have done, all you literally have to do is is turn your phone over and confirm, 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 confirm. Set it down. I in order to book with me, you gotta I have the op I have the there's no free, you gotta pay, you gotta make a deposit with the credit card. So I'm not worried about who I cut. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me because I know all my appointments are gonna be paid for. You can make that haircut. I mean, you could make that appointment and not show up. I'm still getting paid. But this is the thing. I give you a 3 hour grace period. So if you make that appointment 3 weeks from now, you still got up into 3 hours before you book this, before your appointment is to cancel and to refund your money. If you leave me in my chair and don't say anything, then I still get paid. Or if you wait an hour before you get your haircut, I still get paid. But the point I'm trying to make is it's very little. jump time is what it's called, where you're on the phone and you're talking to people and they're taking up your time trying to figure out when is the right time frame for them, when everything is on the app, and it just makes your job so much easier. So when that person walks through the door, you can really have this conversation with them. Like I spent all day talking about the football. I had like 100 and something conversations about the Super Bowl, but I was able to do that because I wasn't worried about my day. I was just sitting back, Cadillacing, cutting hair, and able to get involved in whoever is in my chair at that moment. That's how you your career grows. Your job becomes a career. It's not work when it's like that. It's
Mm.
just you having fun, sitting back, talking to clients, getting to know people, building relationships. It's not work to me, man. I don't know when I'll ever stop. So this, if you utilize the app, it will work for you. If you get halfway through it and you stop at maybe step 7 or step 8, you're not maximizing all the features. I had a client, I cut his hair, and I looked at the when I confirmed his appointment, I made $2 on there. I'm like, what's the deal? What's going on? You know what? You know
Loyalty
what?
program.
Loyalty program. He earned it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
earned it.
definitely.
I dapped him up, man. He was smiling. I'm like, yeah, I see why you smiling, but hey, what can I say? He earned it. I mean, I,
Hmm.
I like that. I have no complaints with that, man.
Yeah,
No.
So
definitely. And more importantly, you have to subscribe.
Yes,
You
sir.
understand? So you can enjoy the full feature
Oh,
of the
yes.
app. You
Without
know,
being said, yes, sir.
yeah, a lot of barbers don't want to, they say, oh, it costs too much. But it can practically be free if you get the transactions, the card
Yes.
transactions.
Yes,
So
sir.
I think it's, what is it, 50 or 100 or something, like, I can't remember exactly, but you have to get the amount of transactions to get it. Shout out to James, he just joined in, and
Mm,
he using that app. I could, from what he's saying. Shout out to
mm.
Troy.
hey,
Me and Troy agree on something. 10-minute grace period.
yep.
But
Yeah.
time, and Shannon said time is money.
Mm.
That's
And
that's what
and
it is.
and think about it like this from a business perspective. At the
Yeah.
end of the year, when they send you your statement, when the cut sends you your statement, all your monthly services are tax right. You can write those off on your taxes. What are y'all talking about too much? Come on, man.
Money. That's
What
Yeah.
is you
we'll
talking
save that.
about? You can write
We'll
all of
save
that
that for the
off on
next
your
session.
taxes. Yeah.
We can't give them all the juice right now. I got to
My
save for the
bad,
next
my
session.
bad, my bad. I'm just trying to help these guys never work a day in their life, man. Like
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
So
Never work a day in their life.
we're coming up on time. I want to do one last shout out. So one of the good things that we're actually working on that Scoob and Don specifically helped us out with too is the barber rescheduling feature. So on the app, as you guys know, if you're on the cut often, it's difficult for barbers to reschedule appointments. And we know that. A lot of folks have been telling us that, and so much so actually that we have a wall of over 30 barbers who gave us
Yeah.
their feedback on this
That's
specific.
what's up.
I'm going to share one really quickly.
Okay.
Let me know if you guys can hear this or not.
Cut out. Finally, baby, y'all looking out for us to allow us to reschedule our clients, man. To be honest, it's not really a super best way or a good way. We just like it any type of way. I'd rather
Quick ask. What was this? This was an ask we sent out to push to all our barbers saying, hey, we're about to design the rescheduling feature. How do you want it to work? And these are the responses that we received from our barbers.
be able to click on my appointment that I already have and be able to reschedule them or drop them in from my calendar. If I got them on my calendar, I want to reschedule them like that. Man, this is J-Ro Faded. I'm cutting out of Miami. I got 15, 20 years plus in the game, man. So I'm trying to tell you, it's definitely a feature that we're going to like, or definitely a feature that'll help us instead of having to cancel and reschedule and take another deposit. They love it, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We needed that.
Salute.
So with that
Salute to that.
said, we got the rescheduling feature coming out really soon, and I'm excited. I wanted to share it with you guys on this call, but actually, let me see if I can do it really quickly. But
Real
in the
quick,
meantime,
real quick.
yeah. All right, let me go ahead and pop
I
it up.
want to
Give me
take it
two
up.
seconds. But with that said, while I pull that up, here's an ask for everybody on the call today. We are collecting testimonials for our homepage. We want to create a new video homepage. We want to create a new homepage for a new video for our homepage. And if you guys can possibly please go through, click on the form I just sent, share a testimonial. We want to hear about what type of barber you are, what you like about the cut, what's the most enticing thing about it, and what would you tell somebody who's potentially looking at it? Feel free. It's just a quick little video. Here's some of the questions, so go through it. And then what we'll do is actually, if we, if we select your testimonial, we might be able to showcase it and share it on our profile, on our homepage. But that's a quick little plug, and I will open up our barber rescheduling feature for us to review right now. So this is what it looks like. I don't have I'm not gonna promise a date of delivery on this bad boy, but I can tell you that it is coming very, very soon.
Cool.
Definitely before the next summer. So here it is, an example of us going actually. And can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
See the phone? Okay, great. So imagine you're already on appointment detail as a barber. My appointment with Richard Beam on October the 24th. And what we did is we added an entire rescheduling button directly onto the appointment details page. So you're able to go into this bad boy. You're able to select the date and time that you want the reschedule to occur to, or to
Okay.
change to. And then from here, what will happen is you'll click on reschedule. And since you are the barber that's actually rescheduling the appointment, you're essentially foregoing any cancellation or no-show policies. So this is what this is what this page is going to tell you to do. And then after you click on continue from there, what happens then is the client then receives a notification and essentially pops up, hey, your appointment has been rescheduled. This is the new date. Do you like this date? Yes or no? Do you like this date and time? Does that work for you? And if yes, they click accept. All it's copacetic. If no, essentially they can just go ahead and cancel that appointment and reschedule and set up a new appointment altogether.
Okay. I got a quick question.
Talk to me.
Do this feature hold the barbers accountable like the barbers hold the clients accountable for rescheduling, like the time frame?
For that, I'm gonna say we don't have time to answer that question today. We'll get into that.
Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure somebody got that question.
I love that. I love that. Well, with that said, I
Yeah.
want to say thank you guys so much for giving us a couple extra minutes of your time tonight. This was such an amazing session. I'm not gonna lie, we had a full packed schedule, and we didn't even get past the first agenda item.
I love it, Joe. I love it,
Love it.
though. I
We
love that
got
Yeah.
into that.
feedback, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate that, you guys, man. That
Mhm.
feedback is awesome.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
James, you got to go on the site for any swag gear. He
That
said he
that
want the red hat. You know what I'm saying? The red cut.
that red
I
cap is
got that.
expired now, man.
Yeah.
That's a one of a
Oh,
one. You can't
yeah, I
find that
got
no more.
yeah, I got that when it was out there real quick. I got a few things, you know.
Yes, sir.
Well, chat, definitely give us another round of fires or emojis as we kind of call up. If there's anything that you loved, if you didn't love, send us a note. It was such an amazing time tonight. And I want to say, God bless you guys. Thank you guys so much. And
Mhm.
we'll see you guys
Yeah.
in 2 months. Go ahead, Scoop.
Okay, real quick. Feel free to follow me or Don.
Yeah.
I'm Scoob the Barber, the original Scoob the Barber, Scoob the Barber, and Don.
Cuts
If
by. Oh, okay,
Cuts
go
by
ahead.
Don, my bad.
Yeah, cuts
And
by Mr. Don. It's K with the it's cuts with the K and the
yes,
Z
sir.
by underscore Mr. Don.
Right on. And
Yeah.
feel free to hit me up or inbox me, man. I don't mind answering simple questions and stuff like that, man. I do it all the time.
Is that Shannon, our Shannon that's in the chat? That's crazy. I see you, Shannon.
Already.
Yeah, Meg, it's underscore
Yeah,
between.
I'm about to
Yeah.
fix it right now and put it
Thank
on.
you.
What's up,
Thank you,
Shannon?
brother.
I was thinking about you the other day. Definitely follow Scoob. Definitely follow Don. I know we didn't get to any questions, guys. I definitely apologize for that. And honestly, I think we might moving this to about an hour and a half sessions next time, so we can make sure we get some questions there from the chat.
Definitely, definitely.
But
Yes,
with that
sir.
said, thank you guys so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll let you guys go. I'm gonna
All
save
right.
the chat. So if there's anything that I need
All
to
right,
follow,
Meg. All right, Enchantis.
Meg and Enchanta, E Money, happy belated birthday to you and School.
Appreciate that. Yes, yes, man. Happy birthday. How old are you, 22?
38.
Ooh, 38 years young, man.
Amen. All right.
Already.
Thank
All
you, guys.
right, y'all. All right.
Okay.
See you.